Johnny Klebitz and John Marston, two outlaws from two different games, and two deaths that fans still talk about today. But here's the strange part. When you put their stories next to each other, they are almost the same story. And today, we're gonna prove it. Now, if you have played Lost and Damned DLC, you would know Johnny was born an actor in Liberty City. As a teenager, he was pulled into the biker gang, the Lost MC, by Billy Gray, a friend of his older brother. The Lost became his family, and when Billy Gray went into rehab, Johnny rose up to become the vice president of the club. Just like Johnny had Billy Gray, John Marston had Dutch Vanderlyn. Dutch found him as a young boy, saved him from hanging, and raised him like a son. So John gave that gang everything. While John was never the leader of the Vanderlyn gang, he was a loyal gun, and both served a leader who slowly lost his mind. Dutch Vanderlyn started as a man with a vision and ended as a man who drowned in his own ego. Billy Gray came out of rehab hungry for chaos, drugs, war, and power, and he did not care how many of his brothers died for it. And in the end, both leaders did the unthinkable. Dutch abandoned John and left him to die. Billy got arrested and agreed to testify against his own club. He tried to trade Johnny's life to save his own skin. Both men gave everything to a father figure, and both father figures sold them out. And here's the cruel part. After the betrayal, both men had to pick up the pieces. John stepped towards a new life. Johnny led what was left of the Lost MC. If we analyze more, we can see both men were fighting something much bigger than one traitor. They were fighting time itself. John was the last of the gunslingers. By early 1900s, the Wild West was dying. There was no room left to outlaws on horseback. Johnny was the last of the old school bikers. By 2008, the loyalty, brotherhood, everything went down. So his way of life was already a relic. And both men reacted the same way. They went west. John built a ranch at Beach's Hope. Johnny moved the remains of the Lost MC out to the desert of the Blaine County. Two outlaws a century apart, riding towards a new life, hoping the past would not follow them. Unfortunately, the past did follow them. Every tragic outlaw has someone pulling at his heart. For John, it was Abigail. Their love was messy, complicated. She had a past with the gang before they were together, and John spent years running from responsibility. But in the end, she became his reason to change. For Johnny, it was Ashley Butler. She was involved with the club before they were ever a couple. But Ashley's story went the other way. Addiction owned her. She betrayed Johnny repeatedly, and still, every time she called, he came running. He could not stop protecting her, even when it destroyed him. The difference is, one woman helped save her man. The other kept dragging her down. But remember, these two women, because in a few minutes they will be standing in the exact same place, doing the exact same thing. Now, if you think this is all coincidence, look at the small details, because the similarities do not stop at the big story beats. Both carry the same signature weapon. In the official artwork, the sword of shotgun. Not a rifle, not a pistol, the exact same gun. Both men were called Johnny Boy by the people around them. Both carry scars on their faces, earned long before their stories even begin. To be clear, Rockstar did not copy and paste these characters, but they were clearly built from the same blueprint. The loyal outlaw with a good heart, trapped in a world that will never let him go. Now, after the events of the Lost and Damned, the strong, sharp vice president became a shaking shadow of himself. The desert had broken him, and when he finally stood up for Ashley one last time, Trevor beat him to death in the dirt. No final stand, no dignity. Johnny died like a dog. And look how John Marston died. His death was, however, different. Facing the enemy without fear, buying time so his wife and son could escape. He died like a legend. But here's the detail almost nobody talks about. Look at who was standing there when it ended. When everything ended at Beach's Hove, Abigail ran to John's body. She held the man who sacrificed his life trying to protect her, and she wept. And on the side of the road near Alamo Sea in Sandy Shores, Ashley collapsed over Johnny's body, screaming, crying over the man who tried to give her a better life.
Johnny!
Wait! 2 deaths, one with honor, one without. But the final image is identical. The woman they loved on their knees, mourning the man who died because he refused to stop protecting her. So here's my question to you. Did Johnny Klebitz deserve his own redemption story? Tell me in the comments. And if you enjoy deep dives into Rockstar's greatest stories, check out this video next, which is about worst deaths in Red Dead Redemption.